Hello, I'm Mitra Sorrells in the PhocusWire studio, and I am joined by Anna Kofoed. She is Chief Officer for Global Strategic Partnerships at Allianz Partners. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So you have just done your Changemakers session. I know you've been talking to a lot of people. What is the big idea that you're really trying to challenge audiences with?
I think what we're challenging audiences with is that we see loyalty as a very, very important part of the business that we do in the travel industry, and it's essential to the brands. The question is, where are we focusing on really creating that loyalty? And up until now, companies, travel players we have really focused on status. How do you get your status? How many points do you get? Do you get upgrades? And the question is that what drives loyalty? I think it is. However, there is something more to it. And I think that's our challenge is what happens when things go wrong? What happens when we see disruption? And I think that's what we would like to look at more as an industry and say, how do we work better together to actually create a more connected experience when things don't work out as the traveler would have liked, or the travel players, some things go wrong, right? We know that. It will always happen.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's really that moment when you have the opportunity to make a lasting impression, I think. So what would you say a seamless journey really looks like to you? It's something we hear a lot about, but how would you describe that?
I would describe it as something disrupts my experience, my travel experience, and the different players pitch in to make it happen and improve it and make it a moment where actually I could come out saying, wow. Making it a delightful moment rather than a disaster. And I think one of the issues we have as brands is when we deliver really well, there is lasting belief in us forever. And we have experiences of that. I mean, we have an agent that told me in the US that she has a customer that still comes back year after year and sends a letter to say thank you so much. That is loyalty for life. It's every year that letter sent on the day that her husband was not feeling well on a trip. The opposite is also true, right? Where we don't deliver as industry players, and that is what we have to help each other to do better.
So this also makes me think about the fact that we're hearing so much about automation nowadays, and everything related to AI and what it can do, and autonomous agents, and just automating things generally. Where do you think that human support still really matters? Where should we not be looking at the automation?
This for us is a very, very strategic topic for the company, because I think it's both, right? We need to provide digital experiences. They need to be automated, AI created, backed, etc. But at the same time, we need to be there with the human. And the big question is, when do we do what? And for me, it's very, very clear that when we are digital is when it's simple, when travelers are not highly stressed. But when they get really stressed because it's an emergency, you are medically ill, you really need support with a medical emergency, you do not want to be doing that digitally. You want to have a human being that takes care of you end to end. And we fly out doctors to get you home. Imagine you were in the Philippines with your family and somebody gets ill. We will actually fly out and get you home. At the same time, if you just have a cold, maybe you just want a virtual doctor. You actually don't even want to leave the hotel, and you would prefer that is in your local language, which is possible with digital, right? It's actually an enhanced experience. So we need to have those two sides, and we will always focus on that as a company.
Yeah, that's interesting. Lots of nuances there then from case to case. So as we think about, the years ahead and moving forward, what does loyalty really look like to you?
For me, loyalty looks like the part that we know. I think it will continue. But what we need to add on is, as industry players in the travel industry, we have to work together behind the scenes so that for the traveler, they don't have to care about whether we are an insurance company and if it's an airline customer, or if they have something to do with their hotel chain that they're staying with. We should really be sorting that out behind the scenes between us to create that seamless experience.
Yeah, that sounds like a wonderful situation. So I'm hopeful that we can get there. That's great to hear. Well, Anna Kofoed from Allianz Partners, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.